Remember when I made a video about how Freaky Friday's finally getting a sequel and everyone's hyped for that? I never mentioned another thing, that The Devil Wears Prada is also getting a sequel. I didn't mention that because, one, haven't seen the movie. Two, it's getting a musical as well, so I didn't want to mention it. Three, I haven't, I don't think it should get a sequel. That's really the three, main things. But, now we have one more movie getting, another movie. The Princess Diaries! Finally, The Princess Diaries is getting a third movie. They've only had 2 movies so far, and from what I understand, it's based off of books. So I think there's another book. So they got something to work with. It's like how I didn't know Dexter's a book series. That's right, people. Dexter's a book series, okay? So whatever they were working with, they were working with. But that's not what we're talking about. We'll talk about Dexter some other time. Trust me, we'll get there. So, they finally found a director for the, movie. It's filmmaker Adele Lim, who wrote the scripts for, Raya and the Last Dragon, and also Crazy Rich Asians before she made her directorial debut with last year's R-rated female comedy Joyride. So yeah, she's going to direct the third Princess Diaries movie because she's been a fan for a long time. She's excited to be part of bringing the third iteration of this beloved franchise to life. She said it's Deadline in a statement. They were the first to report the news. We look forward to celebrating its core tenets of female power, joy, and mentorship with audiences worldwide. Later that day, Anne Hathaway even confirmed that she's going to be returning for the film, and she wrote on Instagram, "Back to Genovia," alongside a video of herself quoting the first 2 movies, the fairy tale continues. The first 2 movies, which, as I said before, came from books. They were adapted from Meg Cabot's books, and were directed by Gary Marshall, who sadly died in 2016. They centered around Anne Hathaway's character, Mia Thermopolis, a teenager who learns she is heir to the throne of a fictional European nation called Genovia. Princess lessons conducted by her grandmother, Queen Clarice Rinaldi, played by Julie Andrews, follow and continue into Mia's coronation in the sequel. So she's been coronated. So, yeah. Ahead of everything we know about the next Princess Diaries, including whether or not... So, yeah. Let's find out everything we know because there's a lot to talk about. We need to find things out. First question. Is it really happening? Yes, it is. So the selection of Adele Lim as director, the sequel that had been long in the works, inches a step closer into reality. Back in 2022, it was reported that the movie was in development with screenwriter Adrita Mukherjee, who previously worked on TV Supergirl and Quantum Leap, and that Deborah Martin Chase, a producer on the first 2 installments, is set to return. She will executive produce alongside Adele Lim's producing partners, Naya Chukvuk and Melissa Steck. If I butcher names, you should know by now that I'm sorry. And then, of course, Anne Hathaway said that they were making a Princess Diaries 3, but then she declined to reveal more when New York Times would ask that question. So, on to the next question, who will be in the third movie? So, of course, we have Anne Hathaway being in the movie, and we have some other actors who have expressed interest in returning, like Mandy Moore, who played Lana, the mean girl Lana, in the original film, and even Sandra Oh, who had a brief but memorable role as Vice Principal Gupta, and even Chris Pine. I think he said that, yeah, Chris Pine said he was open to being in the movie. Chris Pine, for those of you who don't know, played Mia's love interest, Nicholas Devereaux, in the 2004 sequel, which, wait, when did the Princess Diaries 2 come out? I need to know if I created this movie somehow. Because, you know, I ended the 2 TV shows. Let's see, let's be on a roll here. See when this came out. August 7th, 2004. Okay, but I was a baby when that movie came out. And I was also, fresh out of the womb when Mean Girls came out, in April 30th, so... So, let's talk about Julie Andrews being in the movie or not. She suggested in 2020, back when the threequel was reported to be in development, that she wouldn't be involved. I think we know that it's probably not going to be possible, the 89-year-old actress told Access Hollywood. It was talked about very shortly after 2 came out, but it's now how many years since then? And I am that much older, and Annie the Princess, or Queen, is so much older, and I am not sure where it would float or run. Although Julie Andrews continues to work, and will still voice Lady Whistledown, apparently, in Bridgerton Season 4, she hasn't really appeared in a non-animated film role since 2010's Tooth Fairy. The same year of Andrew's remarks, Anne Hathaway remains steadfast on her commitment to bring the fellow Oscar winner back. If there's any way to get Julie Andrews involved, I think we can make it work, she told Entertainment Tonight. We would go to where she was and put a green screen behind her and just make it... So, what exactly would the third movie be about? Like I mentioned before, there's books for this, but there's no plot synopsis yet for the third movie. Last time we saw Mia was in the second movie. She was being crowned as the new queen after Clarice stepped down from the throne for a romance with her longtime bodyguard, Joe. Although the film deviates from the original books, a third movie could borrow from the many sequels that have followed the last screen adaptation. Since 2004, Cabot has written several books in the Princess Diaries universe, including the Quarantine Princess Diaries, her 12th novel in the series in March of 2023. There is no official release date yet for the film, but according to The Hollywood Reporter, Disney plans to shoot the movie next year. Remember, a queen, or any movies about her, is never late. Everyone else is simply early.